Jesus Christ, how many fucking times do I have to tell you how to edit this video? What are you, a fucking...
MrBeast nice off camera. I assume you guys just always wondered, so thought I would ask. P Green, I'll be real with you. I ain't answering that on the stream.
No mother would want to leave their newborn baby behind to go to work, especially out of the country.
One of the earliest figures connected to these discussions was Jake the Viking.
All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the title, you know what it's about. Here we go. We're just gonna dive straight into it. So as you may have noticed, you probably, if you're a MrBeast fan, you probably have noticed I have not been in the videos as of late. My piece no longer fit the puzzle, if that's the best way to put it. I had shown up, you know, I had done everything I was asked to do. I did it to the best of my ability. I helped the channel grow. When I joined, it was at 4 million. And when I left, I think we had just passed 30 million. But it was a mutual leaving. I had already shown, well, I'd already told them multiple times, you know, what I wanted to do was kind of be my own boss, do my own thing. You know, I like streaming. I like being able to get in front of the camera and entertain people through playing video games or whatever it is. I wanted to be able to make my own videos. You know, I wanted the opportunity to travel and to go places. You know, me and MrBeast, or me and Jimmy did not have any type of falling out. There was no argument. There was no bashing. There was none of that. It was very mutual because it was something I was already contemplating, you know, not if, but when this was gonna happen, and it kind of got sped up. There's no hard feelings anywhere, and the fact that I was able to be a part of one of the best YouTube channels in the world, you know, and learn from one of the best and be a part of the best, you know, and kind of put that on my resume and kind of check it off is amazing. Now it's time. I want to move on. I want to start my own brand. I want to start my own thing. I want to do my own thing, you know, and I really want to just push and, you know, kind of be my own person, my own thing, my own brand. You know, I really want to do all that. I have parted ways with MrBeast and the MrBeast channel. It's now time for Jake the Viking.
Longtime viewers remember Jake as one of the most recognizable faces from MrBeast's rise from roughly 4 million subscribers to more than 30 million. When he left the channel in 2020, he publicly described the split as mutual and positive. He explained that he wanted to build his own brand, pursue his own content, and explore opportunities outside the MrBeast ecosystem. At the time, there appeared to be no controversy. However, as time passed, Jake began making comments that led viewers to speculate that Jimmy Donaldson might be very different behind the scenes than the version audiences saw on camera. While he never directly accused MrBeast of misconduct.
MrBeast nice off camera. I assume you guys just always wondered, so thought I would ask. P Green, I'll be real with you. I ain't answering that on the stream.
His reluctance to answer certain questions fueled growing curiosity about what life inside the company was really like. The next major criticism came from former editor Matt Turner.
MrBeast paid for my rent every month when I lived in North Carolina, and he said, all right, you can live here as long as you want. You can literally stay in this like pretty expensive apartment just until you feel comfortable leaving. Don't feel like you're in a rush. Stay as long as you want. Stay for months if you want to. It doesn't matter to us. They're still paying me right now. I'm still technically working. I'm not going to give like any numbers or anything. They said we're still going to pay you for a while, and that is basically funding my trip to backpack across Asia. He's saying you don't have to work for me, but I'll still pay you, and because of that, I hope that lets you live in LA, go to college, backpack Asia. Whatever you want to do after this, I want to set you up for that. And the job is still an amazing job. If you have the opportunity to get this job that I had, totally take it. It's a lot of fun. It was basically just like a friendship, and going to work was a blast.
What made Turner's story unusual was that his departure initially seemed overwhelmingly positive. He publicly praised the job, praised Jimmy's generosity, and described the experience as one of the best opportunities of his life. Yet later, Turner dramatically changed his position.
All I've seen is people praise MrBeast, whether that be just people around me, people online. Everyone's like, this is the best guy on the planet. And while he is definitely a good guy, I'm not going to take anything away from his charitable efforts that he's done. It does get annoying when the person that everyone knows as a saint, you know, as someone who's the complete opposite. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, just like actors, MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson are two different people. This is basically just a compilation of all the videos MrBeast made thus far on his channel of him giving away money, adding up to him hitting $500,000. He's like, I want you to get every time I've ever given away money, add it up in the corner, and it should equal $500,000. I was like, this isn't gonna work because you clickbait. He'd be like, no, I swear, I did the math. I was like, all right, man, for sure. 8 hours passes by, I finish editing the video, and instead of the $500,000 he wants it to hit, it's maybe 410,000, and I'm like, Jimmy, clickbait is a thing you need to take into consideration. It came to a point where he's like, you know what, just start over, man. Deletes the project file, is like, start from scratch. Even if you delete the project file and make me restart and make me recut up all these clips, I can't make this equal $500,000. I am going insane. I don't know how you want me to do this. By day like 5, when he comes in and does basically the same thing and just scraps my whole video and asks me to do it again, I'm like, dude, let me take a walk, man. I specifically walked to a good friend who worked there at the Times office about 30 seconds away, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do right now. I can't edit this video for like another day. He wants me to come in on the weekend and do the same thing. I'm literally gonna go crazy. And that's when Jimmy hears me talking about how aggravated I'm getting with the situation, and apparently like talking shit behind his back, which I really wasn't. I just wanted like help. Comes in the room and he goes, you absolute fucking get back in that fucking room, or I swear to God, Turner. Jesus Christ, how many fucking times do I have to tell you how to edit this video? What are you, a fuck?
He claimed that working for MrBeast had been one of the most mentally exhausting periods he had ever experienced. According to Turner, employees frequently worked under intense pressure and criticism. He alleged that editors were made to feel replaceable and that credit for their work could disappear if they left the company. One specific story became especially memorable. Turner described spending days repeatedly rebuilding the same project because the video's concept depended on numbers that allegedly did not align with reality. According to his account, the frustration eventually escalated into a heated confrontation. Whether every detail happened exactly as described remains disputed, but the story became one of the first detailed accounts suggesting a difficult workplace culture behind the scenes. As criticism toward MrBeast continued to grow, another creator pushed the controversy into the mainstream.
There was one video I was in, I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well. It was the surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary, or surviving solitary for whatever. It got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. People don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me, and it didn't go well. They weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep. And I have insomnia problems now. They might have started there. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this we gotta stop. I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend, and I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing. And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do 22.6K, whatever it is. And you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. People who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Ryder, do I look like I run? I don't run, let alone a marathon.
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
There was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know? I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. All right, I got off the treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to like ice my feet, you know, make sure I was good. And that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out.
Dubpack 404 released a series of investigative videos examining various allegations surrounding MrBeast's business operations, content production, and workplace environment. The documentaries gained enormous attention online and were initially viewed by many as serious investigations. However, the situation changed when portions of the series were accused of containing fabricated information. Once questions about accuracy emerged, much of Dubpack 404's credibility collapsed. For many viewers, the controversy surrounding the documentaries made it difficult to separate legitimate concerns from exaggerated claims. Yet even as confidence in the creator declined, some of the testimony featured within those videos continued attracting attention. Among the most significant accounts was that of former participant Jake Weddle. Unlike broader accusations about workplace culture, Weddle described a highly specific experience involving an early version of a solitary confinement challenge that never aired publicly. According to his account, he spent extended periods isolated under conditions that allegedly prevented him from sleeping properly. He claimed that lights remained on continuously because turning them off would interfere with production requirements. Over time, he said the sleep deprivation became severe. Weddle also described being required to complete an intense marathon challenge despite having no meaningful preparation or training. By the time the challenge ended, he claimed he was physically unable to continue. While independent verification remains difficult, many viewers found his account compelling because of the level of detail he provided and because it differed significantly from the more generalized complaints made by others. The controversy surrounding Ava Kris Tyson created an entirely different level of scrutiny for the MrBeast brand.
There are tons of screenshots to showcase exactly what was being said to someone who was between 13 and 14 years old at the time, and it's fucking gross. It's completely unacceptable. Some of them were just public tweets right under everyone's nose. So Ava Tyson was an adult at this point, Lava was a child. And saying things like, I posted some fire for you, please no share, and then other shit like, but not $5, pathetic JK kissy face. They seem to communicate a lot, even sending Snapchats. So here's one that says, coming for America, and then goes on to talk about being in a group chat and everything. And I've seen a lot of people try and cope and deflect saying like, oh, it's just edgy jokes, people are blowing this out of proportion. What a bunch of fucking nonsense. That's a load of hooey. That's dirty barnacles. That's ridiculous. Under no circumstances should an adult be communicating with a child in any inappropriate manner whatsoever. Edgy jokes between an adult and a child are still fucking gross. That's not like the slam dunk defense that some people seem to think.
Ava had been one of the most recognizable members of the channel for years and was considered one of Jimmy Donaldson's closest collaborators. In 2024, allegations surfaced regarding inappropriate interactions with underage fans. The accusations quickly spread across social media and generated widespread criticism. Additional controversy emerged regarding connections to artwork associated with Shadman, an artist whose work had already generated significant backlash online. Ava responded publicly, denying the most serious accusations while acknowledging poor judgment and inappropriate behavior. The response failed to satisfy many critics, and public pressure intensified. MrBeast later stated that Ava had been removed from the company and that an internal investigation had been initiated. However, because of Ava's long history within the organization, many observers questioned how much company leadership knew about the situation and when they became aware of. Most recently, the controversy surrounding MrBeast entered an entirely different category with the filing of a federal lawsuit by former employee Lorraine Mavromatis.
MrBeast's companies are facing a legal challenge of their own, just as Jimmy Donaldson himself took the stage at the Time 100 Summit as one of the world's most influential people. Former employee Lorraine Mavromatis filing a federal lawsuit in North Carolina, claiming she faced discrimination, retaliation, was required to work while on maternity leave, and was terminated within a few weeks of returning to the job, told she was too high caliber for the position. NBC News spoke with Mavromatis today in a broadcast exclusive.
I do not want to be silenced anymore. I really want to use my voice.
In the complaint, she alleges that she rose quickly inside the company after starting in 2022. But after recent concerns about sexual harassment, was demoted and transferred into what the lawsuit calls a division where, quote, careers go to die. MrBeast spokeswoman responding to NBC News, saying Mavromatis's position was eliminated as part of a restructuring, adding in a statement, quote, "This clout-chasing complaint is built on deliberate misrepresentations and categorically false statements, and we have the receipts to prove it. There is extensive evidence, including Slack and WhatsApp messages, company documents, and witness testimony that unequivocally refutes her claims. We will not submit to opportunistic lawyers looking to manufacture a payday from us." The lawsuit also alleges Mavromatis was contacted to work while on maternity leave, and that the company never gave her required notice of her rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act.
Jimmy Donaldson himself, he says that you've got to get the job done, and there's no excuses.
Her suit claims she feared retaliation if she refused to work during her leave, and was on a work conference call while in the labor and delivery room, and traveled to Brazil for a shoot with soccer star Neymar a few weeks after giving birth.
But if Neymar wins, I will donate it to whatever charity he chooses.
No mother would want to leave their newborn baby behind to go to work, especially out of the country when you're breastfeeding your baby. That's the last thing that I wanted to do.
Documents obtained by NBC News show Mavromatis' signature on an employee handbook dated 4 days before giving birth, which laid out the company's maternity leave policies, something Mavromatis says she doesn't remember.
So you never signed any sort of FMLA documents 4 days before you gave birth?
No, I do not recall signing, and I was never informed of.
Unlike social media accusations or YouTube exposés, this dispute moved into the legal system. Mavromatis alleged discrimination, retaliation, workplace misconduct, and improper treatment during maternity leave. According to the lawsuit, she was expected to continue participating in wake-related responsibilities while preparing to give birth and shortly after becoming a mother. The allegations gained national attention after coverage from NBC News. MrBeast representatives strongly denied the claims, describing the lawsuit as filled with inaccuracies and promising evidence to challenge the allegations. Regardless of the eventual outcome, the case elevated the conversation beyond internet drama and into a legal dispute that could potentially reveal information through formal proceedings. When viewed individually, each controversy can be debated. Critics of the allegations argue that former employees have financial incentives, personal grievances, or motivations tied to public attention. Supporters of the allegations argue that too many former insiders have shared similar concerns for everything to be dismissed as coincidence. What makes the situation noteworthy is not necessarily any single accusation, but the accumulation of stories from different people across different years involving different aspects of the company. From former editors and collaborators to public controversies involving major channel figures and now a federal lawsuit, the questions surrounding MrBeast have only continued to grow. Ultimately, the central question remains unanswered. MrBeast is one of the most influential creators in internet history, with a brand built around generosity, innovation, and large-scale entertainment. Yet many people who have worked closely with the company describe experiences that do not always align with that image. Whether those accounts represent the complete truth, partial truth, or isolated negative experiences is something only those directly involved can fully know. What is certain is that the gap between MrBeast's public reputation and the stories being told by former insiders has become one of the most discussed topics in the YouTube world, and that conversation shows no signs of ending anytime soon.